know, Andrea, who is his mother and my beloved wife, and I are pleased and privileged to have all of you here this evening sharing this wonderful event with us. We love Lydia dearly, and we're so proud of her, and we are so grateful for the many ways in which she has enriched our lives. One of the most important of those, and one of Lydia's defining characteristics, is her propensity for coming to a place or an event or tradition, often one that has deep significance for us, and inhabiting it, putting her own special mark on it, and forever changing the way that we see it. So Doug and I watched similar but different videos and got similar but different advice. Having spent many years as a professor, I either give a 50-minute talk or a 75-minute talk, depending on whether it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, so brace yourselves. But I will try to keep it somewhat under 50 minutes, at least at this point. So, Lydia and the things that she has inhabited. First, there was Christmas. So for as long as I was alive, I spent Christmases with my dear sister, who is now over there taking pictures of my daughter, and my parents. And we did that year after year after year. Andrea joined the family, Alex joined the family, and we kept doing it. And then came Lydia. So Lydia was due in January, and that meant that Andrea was too pregnant to travel, so already we're changing things. The parents and my sister are coming to us. Good, but that wasn't good enough for Lydia. No. She decided, no, I don't want to miss Christmas. I'm going to be born a month early on Christmas Eve. We're going to have to go to deliver her at the hospital, and the parents...
What do you mean we came on?
There you go. She does all the work. I am just a spectator. But so the parents and my sister show up at the door, and there's a note on the door that says, if we're not here, come to the hospital. So Lydia immediately put a stamp on Christmas, which has never ended, because now Christmas is really Lydia's birthday, followed by some other celebration. So that was the first thing. Then there's dining in France. So Andrea and I had been to France early in our life together, gone to some wonderful restaurants, had a good time. As Alex alluded to, when the kids were very little, we were lucky to spend a year in the south of France, and we took these young children with us to a restaurant. Imagine the surprise of the servers when they come around with the cheese tray at the end of the meal, and this 2-year-old stands up on a table and starts pointing at cheeses, mostly the most pungent and smelly, and they look at us and we say, "Mais oui," and sure enough, they served cheeses and she eats them. That's the style of Lydia. And then if she's 10, we happen to be back in France, and they present the menus. Lydia looks down and says, "Never had that preparation before." And when they give the bigger meals and they expect it to be the two of us, no, she's the one eating the multi-course thing along with me. So she's very good at that sort of thing. There's Amherst Montessori School, where she starts as a little kid spooning beans and pouring water day after day after day, and ends as a teaching assistant teaching the younger kids. There's Amherst Ballet, where she comes in as a little girl in a pink dress or pink tights, pink leotard, learning the rudiments and being involved in the all-school bow, right? The all-school bow at the end of the annual performance. And her last year, she is teaching the little girls in the pink tights and leading the all-school bow at the end of the performance. There's New York City, where she spends her first summer after undergraduate school being an intern. Her mother and I go to visit her. We see this young woman walking down the street in the middle of Manhattan in a leopard mini skirt, hair flowing. Pencil skirt. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm not so good on these things. And we realize she's become a grown-up now. This is pretty it. Washington, D.C., where Andrea lived. My sister, there she is again, has lived and still lives. And Lydia comes to be, and we discover all kinds of new things about Washington, D.C. because she's there. There's Colorado and skiing, which I had done, and then she invites me to come, says, Dad, buy a ticket. Everything else is on me. And then subsequently, we get to do with the Withams, one of the many ways that we've gotten to connect over the last few years. Napa and wine tasting. This is another thing that was special to the two of us. Lydia makes an arrangement for us to go and spend a day tasting wines in Napa Valley. And Stags, by the way, the one we went to, is apostrophe S, not S apostrophe. This brings us to Michigan, and we're getting close to the end. The state of and the university of. So, you may not know, but the two of us were born in Michigan, was born in Detroit. I was in Lansing. Both of us went to the University of Michigan. Importantly, my mother went to the University of Michigan, became a rabid Wolverine fan, which is probably why Lyd said no Spartans or Buckeyes need apply. And I spent many years going to football games there. My mother spent many years going to football games there. Andrea went to football games there. Lydia finally arrives in Ann Arbor, and very much the first thing that she does is to go to the big house, stand in the tunnel, take a selfie, and send it to us. Because she has put her own stamp on all of that, too. Then there's, of course, Detroit. Andrea was born in Detroit. I'm a lifelong Tigers fan, but Lydia has converted our view of Detroit into something completely different and much richer. Nantucket happens to be where state, right?
Second.
Right. This is a lifelong fight between us, but Andrea and I started in Nantucket, and as you've already heard, Lydia and Sam arranged to have their announcement of their engagement happen at this place that was so very special to us. So here we are. Lydia, now in partnership with Sam, has come to another place, another tradition, another event, and made it her or their own, and forever changed how we will view those things. So as I said, Doug and I watched slightly different YouTube things. He told me I needed to do this, and I watched one or two and thought, oh my God. Sorry, it keeps getting away from me. So I thought of a couple of quotes, because that seemed to be the thing that you do. One of them was Bo Schembechler saying, the team, and they are the most beautiful team I know of. But given her junior high school training in Latin and Sam's interest in history, I'm going with Julius Caesar. He said it, but Lydia and now House W really personify it. Caesar said, Veni Vidi Vici, actually, Veni Vidi Vici, I studied Latin too. I came, I saw, I conquered. They have come, they have seen, they have conquered, and make W continue to conquer all that they see. Speaking for Andrea, and I suspect all of you, I'm confident that they will. With all our love, we wish you every happiness as you go and see and conquer together. And we look forward to sharing the journey and seeing ever more things anew. Thank you guys, we love you. And that's it. You've suffered through it all. We're done. Thank you all for coming. It's been wonderful.